Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Hyde-Brader, and this is Lenawee. We're taking that tour around Lenawee County to see some amazing things going on right here in our classrooms. Students at the Tech Center get a chance to get their hands on a jet engine, and other students are putting cameras on their shoulders to learn how to put video together. And also, our culinary students are trying oysters for the first time, and I'm telling you, it's hilarious. And they are also harvesting the last of the tomato crop at our Center for Sustainable Future on Tipton Highway. Here's what our students are learning about growing food and taking it right to the table.
Hi, my name is Johanna Lentz, and I'm the instructor for the Sustainable Agriculture and Environmental Science program at the LISD Tech Center. Today we're picking tomatoes from our garden that were started from seed in March. The horticulture class students, they started the seeds from Johnny's seed, and they grew them in the experimental greenhouse until they were old enough to be planted outside. Once we were past our frost-free dates, the agriculture class, the horticulture class, and the Sustainable Agriculture Environmental Science class all planted the tomatoes and the other plants in our garden. Today we're actually getting them ready to harvest, and we're going to be washing them in our wash station, weighing them for record keeping, and then taking them to the culinary arts class so that they can use them for an upcoming event.
My name's Steven Slomsky. I'm from Blissville High School and I'm a junior. We're picking tomatoes for a food pantry in Tecumseh. This one's over ripened. It was on the vine too much and just split open and just rotted. This one will go in our compost, no spots or anything. This one's a good one, there's nothing wrong with it. We'll give the good ones to the chefs over at the LASD Tech Center. This black plastic is considered a mulch, biodegradable, so it won't hurt the environment or anything. It helps to control the weeds and for the bugs not to come up and eat the tomatoes. It heats up the soil, helps heat it up, keeps the moisture in, so you can plant easier and it won't be rock hard. So we just picked the tomatoes out of the field. What are you doing right now?
I'm writing down the date and the name of the produce so we can figure out how much it weighs.
Putting a crate of tomatoes on the scale.
Okay.
Looks like 16 pounds.
Wow, thanks for the tomatoes. They look really nice. Very nice and fresh and ripe.
Nice, so that really helps our culinary program too. Now we'll go visit those kids in culinary a little later in the show. But next, we had a special school visit at the LASD Tech Center classes. Our kids are already learning the basic skills to fix jet engines, and the employers come right here to the school to show the kids what they can do right out of high school. The Michigan Institute of Aviation and Technology is located in Canton, Michigan. They repair jet engines that fly all across the country. MIAT is certified by the Federal Aviation Administration for their work. And their recruiter comes right to the Lenawee Intermediate School District Tech Center to talk about their company with Tech Center students. And students from Automotive Services Technology, Automotive Collision Repair and Refinishing, and Alternative Energy and Robotics were able to get a close look at this 1946 Jacobs engine.
Today MIAT came in, they showed us the good things about their school, and they showed us this big engine back here, and that was really cool. They explained about all the different types of energy and where it comes from, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. We had to do a 10-year paper about what we see ourselves doing in 10 years, and I actually that's what I want to do in my future, is work on airplanes, work on military airplanes and engines and whatnot.
My students are learning not only the systems, of the cars and the trucks and how to maintain them, but also what it takes to keep a job and get a job, and all of the what I call shop survival skills, all those soft skills that you need to know in order to not only get a job, but to maintain and keep your job. My most recent student graduated from MIAT just recently. He's going to Dayton, Ohio, and he is working for American Airlines, and he's going to be maintaining their aircraft. He's going to be making $19 an hour plus full benefits, and also he gets a free ride any place that American Airlines flies. So I think that's cool. One of my students graduated in June from MIAT. He's working on drones. He's out to 29 Palms, California. He's working for a defense contractor. All his daily expenses are paid, and they're paying him $22 an hour.
There are tremendous job opportunities right now, whether we're talking about residential airlines. We've actually joined into a partnership with Spirit Airlines, where they're going to be doing CIT, or continued industry training, at our facilities. They brought a state-of-the-art trainer for an Airbus to our school, so our students will have the opportunity to work on that as well. Whether you're talking about commercial passenger, commercial cargo, all these facets are just growing exponentially. And then with the influx of the drone technology, we really are looking at a boom in aviation.
The Tech Center offers a lot of opportunities. Like they bring in different colleges like I've never even heard of, and like they just basically put you on a path after high school.
This is important because we're looking at students' future. Not only can you work on automobiles coming out of this program, but there's many things that you can work on. Like we can get into aviation. There's also heavy-duty equipment, trucks. There's a $9 billion industry out there that includes all this transportation, and they need people to work on all of it. So it's very important.
MIAT has found a lot of talented kids coming out of our programs here at the LASD. Our instructors work very hard listening to businesses in the industry to be sure the students have good connections to a job in the future and the skills that will benefit these companies right from the start. We'll stay right there. We're going to meet one of our assistant principals right after this.
I'm Woodsy Owl, and I'm here to tell you about a dirty word, pollution.
Help Woodsy spread the word. Never be a dirty bird.
Hoo-hoo. Don't paint or write on buildings. That's pollution.
Give a hoot. Don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird.
Hoo-hoo. Turn your radio down. That's noise pollution.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome back. Well, we have a very talented team of administrators leading the way here at the LASD Tech Center, and one of our administrators helps the instructors set high goals for each classroom. Meet our assistant principal of curriculum and instruction, Jenny Heath.
My name is Jenny Heath. I am the assistant principal for curriculum and instruction here at the Tech Center. I started off as just a regular classroom teacher. I taught math and science in the classroom for 20 years. Decided a little change was needed, and so I became a curriculum consultant for a year, helping local districts in setting up curriculum and instruction for teachers in the areas of math and science. And then this past year started as the principal here. You know, I spent a lot of time helping students, and towards the end of my classroom career, I was spending more and more time helping teachers, so I knew I wanted to make that transition. I worked up in Ironwood, way up in the UP. for a short bit. I worked in Monroe Public Schools and I worked for Milan area schools. What my job is day-to-day around here is just simply helping teachers with their vision for instruction in the classroom. So each teacher, they're in a different place in their career. They have different goals, and so it's really helping them attain their goals and providing that venue so all students can be successful. You know, we're really trying to prepare our students now to compete in a global economy. And so, you know, we really need to look at the knowledge that they need, the skills that they need, but also those soft skills. You know, we need to be able to collaborate. We need to be able to be good listeners, we'll work well in teams. And so putting that all together with knowledge and skills that they attain here at the Tech Center really puts them a step above others. I love being in the classroom. I love the interaction between the students and the teachers and just watching teachers grow as their students grow. You know, I really want to build a culture of academic literacy here, really looking at, you know, how we can help our students not only in their passion areas, their career areas, but really looking, you know, we all need to be good readers. We need to be good at math. There's so many skills that we need to take into account, and so it's really providing that outlet so we can really wrap it all together in a nice package. I think we first need to realize that everyone learns in a different way, and I always talk about the different smarts that people have, and some people work really well hands-on, some people really what I consider to be, you know, those students that thrive with the books in the classroom. And so we have opportunities for all students, whether they want to be hands-on or whether they're really pushing and striving to become that next doctor. We have many programs now where they can earn college credit during their time here at the Tech Center. So our computer programming is teamed up with Washtenaw Community College. Our nursing program is teamed up with Eastern Michigan University, and then we also have several programs that have teamed up with Jackson College. So whether, you know, you want to be that student that is that hands-on student wanting to work in the auto shop, or whether you want to start learning the skills to, you know, go into healthcare fields, become a doctor by going to our biochem technology class. It provides opportunities for students. We have not only fantastic instructors as they find in all of their home districts, but they have that experience being out in the field. And so they can really help students understand what that job really is going to entail and the skills that they need and the tricks in the trade. CTE is Career Technical Education, and so it is an opportunity for students to maybe, you know, they want to do some career exploration, or maybe they truly do have that passion for a particular trade. It's where they can get out of the typical classroom setting. They still receive instruction in a classroom setting, but most of the time they're really working in some type of shop setting, hands-on, skills-on, minds-on. I feel really connected to the CTE world, even though I did not teach in a CTE center. My son was a student that took welding and took building trades. My husband is a full-time farmer, so I connect with many of these programs here, which I think has really made a nice transition here. I have a daughter that's a freshman at MSU, Go Green, and so just a close family. We like to spend a lot of time together, whether it be, you know, swimming, boating, snowmobiling, just having fun family time. I want to tell parents, come to the Tech Center, check us out. We love to have visitors. We love to explain our programs and look at the different opportunities for your students. You know, whether you're not really sure what type of program, or you know the program and you want to learn a little bit more about it, I'm happy to give you a tour. We can talk specific standards for each program and expectations.
If you'd like to contact Mrs. Heath, you can email her at jenny.heath@lisd.us or call her at 517-266-1769. Are you having trouble getting to sleep? Our LISD nurse has some ways to help you get some more Z's right after this.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
toss and turn at night, you might be tired all day and still find it hard to get to sleep. Our LASD school nurse, Mary Markle, can ease your mind a bit and help you get some rest in Wellness 101.
I'm Mary Markle, LISD nurse. Are you tossing and turning night after night? If you have insomnia, healthy sleep habits can make a big difference. The National Sleep Foundation recommends these general guidelines for everyone, but they're especially important for people who can't fall asleep or stay asleep on a regular basis. First, stick to the same bedtime and wake-up time even on the weekends. This helps to regulate your body's clock and can help you fall asleep and stay asleep for the night. This can be hard if you're tired and want to sleep in on the weekends, but for many people it helps to set an alarm and wake up at the same time every day. Avoid naps, especially in the afternoon. A power nap may help you get through the day, but if you find you can't fall asleep at bedtime, eliminating even the short cat naps may help. Exercise, but not close to bedtime. Exercise can help regulate your body and make you sleep better, but working out too close to bedtime can activate you and make it harder to settle into sleep. Evaluate your room. Make sure to have a clean, comfortable, quiet, and dark sleep space. Use a sound machine or fan to block noise from inside or outside the house, and install darkening blinds for street lights and morning light. Avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and heavy meals in the evening. Alcohol and cigarettes can disrupt sleep, and eating spicy or big meals can make it uncomfortable and hard to sleep. Wind down. Your body needs time to shift into sleep mode. For some people, using an electronic device such as a laptop can make it hard to fall asleep because of the particular type of light that comes from the screens of these devices. It activates your brain. If you have trouble sleeping, avoid electronics before bed, or if you wake up in the middle of the night, try to resist the urge to check your email. I'm Mary Markle. Be well.
If you'd like to contact Mary Markle, just email her at mary.markle@lisd.us, or you can call her at 517-265-1689. When we come back, our video kids are making stop-motion movies. What is that? Well, we'll tell you right after this.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Stop motion video is actually an old technique in movie making. Matter of fact, if you stack a bunch of still drawings or pictures together in a book, you've done this before, and you quickly fan through them, you can see the object in your drawing appear to move. Well, that is a basic technique that these students are learning in our summer camp with video this summer. Watch this.
This is my project. It's a stop motion, and it's about the turtle and the snail fighting over a lily pad, but then they figure out that there's two lily pads. So the bee comes and tells them that there's two lily pads, and then they sit on the lily pads and figure out that there's a rock over there that they both want. So then it starts all over again, fighting over the rock. There's this app called Stop Motion, and you take photos of your scene, and it all comes together, and it looks like, if you don't move your characters as far, it looks more fluent. Once you get to the end of all your photos, you basically just move the turtle a little and the snail a little, and then you can put the bee over there. And then you would just take a photo once you go there. And then you can move them a tad bit more in whatever direction, and then you would want to line it up, and then you can use it to show where your last picture was, so it's not so off.
It's called claymation. What you do is you take pictures frame by frame and you move like the character or clay or whatever ever so slightly every time, and then you end up hooking the pictures together and you end up with an animation. My project is like a monster that like starts like melting and falling apart, and then the pieces like start moving and away and stuff. And I'm towards the end right now. I have 419 pictures so far. What I'm doing right now is an egg of a new monster is opening up, and right now I'm working on the eyes of it, and it's about to show up, and I'm probably only going to do like 10 more frames or so, and that'll probably be done.
There's 2 lily pads. Oh, did you know that? No. Well, now we can both share the lily pads.
Wasn't that fun? These kids are really bright and clever. Coming up next, the segment you've all been waiting for. Our culinary students get to try oysters for the first time, and for some it doesn't end well. It's a great learning experience right after this.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw on the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Welcome back. Some would say that one has to acquire the palate to enjoy oysters. You might think of them as maybe a slimy gray thing, or you might think of them as a delicacy. And when you're in culinary class and hope to be a chef someday, you need to know the anatomy of an oyster and how to shuck them, and also what they taste like. Well, our students got a chance to do all of these things with our LASD chef, Jake Graff. Watch this.
Yeah, so we start with Serve Safe, and part of that is the documents that are required for seafood. And one of those documents is a shell stock ID tag, which gives information to the students about where the oyster was harvested from, the date, and we have to keep those on file for 90 days. So we bring in 80 oysters, and part of that is exposing them to how to shuck them and eat them ultimately. Several of these kids have never been exposed to oysters, so it's going to be a first-time experience for a lot of them. All right, so once again, we talked about oysters. These were harvested in the Chesapeake Bay. You know anything about oysters, the Chesapeake Bay is pretty popular, probably one of the most popular oysters out there. This is raw, it is living, as you can see by these crabs, they are still moving around. They were found this morning in some of these oysters. All right, so the easiest way, you have an oyster shucking knife. All right, it's very sturdy, very strong. It's meant to get in, it's meant to do heavy duty work. The big thing, the reason why I use a towel is to cover up, to protect myself so I don't stab myself. It happens all the time. So back here, there is where it kind of attaches, where the shell actually opens up. That's where we're gonna try to crack it from. So if you hold it over, you're gonna get your knife, you're gonna get in, and then you're just gonna give it a little quick turn either way, to the right or to the left, counterclockwise or clockwise. From that, you're just gonna kind of take it, wiggle your knife around. Always kind of scrape it. Now, it's attached at the top and bottom. Do you see how it's attached? We wanna scrape it off, all right? So we're gonna scrape it off the top. Okay, and now we have that, a nice clean shell. From this point, we wanna make sure that when you tilt it back, that it's not gonna get caught on anything here. So we're just gonna kind of feel around. It's attached right there. So we're just gonna scrape it off, and then we flip it over to make sure, all right? Sometimes there's a little hard pieces. You might get a little sediment in yours. It's not by purpose, it's just they're natural products. So here's another one. All right, we keep them on ice. They're usually served on crushed ice to keep them cold. We know TCS foods have to be what? 41 or lower. So, do we have any takers? Who wants to be our first oyster challenge? Anthony. Would you like? No, I'm not going to give the option. Should I give the option of hot sauce and lemon or no? No. No? All right, no? We didn't do that last year. Since Anthony is first, he gets to pick his first one. So which one are you going to pick there, Anthony? Maybe want one that's a little slimy to kind of let it go right down your throat. Take it. You're going to take it and you're just going to tilt it up. Huh? Yeah, well, so it's going to be really, really salty. Listen up. The reason why we are doing this is for a couple reasons. A, if you're ever going to go work in the restaurant industry and you are serving oysters and you don't know what an oyster tastes like, smells like, feels like on your tongue, and you say, oh, we have oysters on special, you should order them. And they're like, well, how are they? And you say, well, I have no idea. I've never had an oyster. What does that do to your credibility? It goes right down. You have zero credibility. So that's why we are doing this. How many of you would go out to a restaurant and actually order an oyster? Probably hardly any of you because you don't know what it tastes like. All right, this is to expose you to that. So maybe some of you are going to be like, oh my God, that was the best thing I've ever had. I doubt it, but it may be. Or some of you are going to be like, that's the worst thing I've ever had. It tastes like a giant loogie or something like that. I recommend to not chew. I did this. I will not be doing it again because I threw up. So I recommend you just try to open up the back of your throat and let her slide down. We have garbage here for puking purposes. All right, Anthony, just tilt it back and... There you go. Jimmy. Here goes Hunter. Oh, got it. Up. You can spit it out. Yeah. Wow.
That wasn't it. That's not gross.
Oh yeah.
Let her linger. It's better that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That was a really fun day. And I know some of them will never forget that cooking demonstration, and neither will I. Well, that's our show. Thanks for sharing time with us. If you see something amazing going on right here in Lenawee, we want to know about it. Just email us, lisdtv@lisd.us. I'm your host, Kelly Hyde-Brader, and I like oysters. Make it a great day, Lenawee.